You and Calley Means discussed President Trump, who you both,
yes,
he knows him a bit, and you've been following him for quite some time, and had a funny moment. I want to play that shot. It's number 4.
President Trump looks great. I mean, he looks younger than ever.
President Trump looks amazing. President Trump is aging in reverse.
He's losing weight. Bobby put him on a carnivore diet, apparently.
He's not on
That's the
Ozempic.
rumor.
President Trump is not on Ozempic.
Well, his medical report came out. Ozempic was not listed.
Yeah.
I'm actually not. We're in the White House,
Yeah.
and I'm saying this for real. His biomarkers, his cholesterol and blood sugar and all those levels is top 5% for an American his age.
Is a machine.
He's lost weight. So it's common sense solutions.
Mm-hmm.
President Trump's cut out some carbs. He's eating more whole food. I mean, there's a real revolution happening in this country.
That's A, charming, B, big news, and C, going to come as a crushing blow to the left.
Trump looks so good. Trump, I really think, is like Benjamin Button. He is aging in reverse. I also have this theory that these woke liberals, they look so gaunt and gray and emaciated and anemic. These liberals who have Trump derangement
Vera
syndrome,
Wang?
Yes, like Vera Wang, they do not look healthy. And I know I'm the last person to talk about being pale because I'm white as Casper, but I will say these liberals literally are just, their cheeks are hollowing out. Well, that might be the, buccal fat removal. But no, these liberal TDS celebrities, they don't look good. They look gray. President Trump, he looks friendly and vibrant and avuncular, to use an SAT word. Everybody in the Trump administration is glowing and healthy. And on the left, it's not great. They need MAHA.
President Trump has definitely lost some weight. He's slimming down. And I'm glad to hear that Bobby Kennedy stepped in with a carnivore diet. That's something President Trump can get behind. I don't see him going vegan, but I can see him going like, maybe we can have him switching to like the Big Mac without the buns. Like that could be real progress, I think.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Not sure that would be Bobby approved. But that was great. And then you asked Calley about something very much in the news because of the controversy around his sister Casey, not knowing that this was about to hit. But you got into the pushing of trans on our children. And Calley and Casey are very close. I told the audience this yesterday. I've spoken to Casey directly. Casey is where I am on the children and the trans thing. She will not push puberty blockers. She doesn't believe in them for children. She doesn't believe in cross-sex hormones. She doesn't believe in surgical procedures in the trans lane for minors because she's a normal person, okay? And neither does Calley. You and he discussed it a bit in SOT 3.
Kids transitioning, and I've talked about that a lot because people say, you're gay, you should support kids transitioning. I'm gay, not brain dead. I have common sense. Is there a medical lobby pushing kids to transition and take these drugs and these gender hormones?
Unrelenting.
Okay.
Unrelenting. So I think you have to understand that the blob of special interest looks for issues where you can call someone racist, homophobic,
Sexist,
transphobe, sexist, what have you. They love those issues. And this child trans issue was a beautiful one. These institutions just lose their way. And at the core of this berating of the American people to support gender transition or else was a lot of corporate money because there are billions and billions of dollars. President Trump has just been, stop it. We're going to have common sense.
And he's called it demonic in the past, too. So this is all, by the way, so that for the listening audience, going to premiere on Link's premiere episode as part of the MK Media Network. Go subscribe now wherever you get your podcasts for free. It's called Spot On with Link Lauren, or you can go spotonwithlink.com, which will take you to all of Link's socials and the YouTube and all that. But what did you make of Calley and even the notion that, frankly, either Calley or Casey is pro the transing of children?
So first off, I'm incredibly grateful to the White House and their entire team for setting this up. I do not take it for granted being there. And I thank you guys for helping me get the videographer because, like I said, I barely know anyone in this business. So I was grateful to be there. I didn't know I was interviewing Calley until he showed up and was coming down the hall. And he said, hey, I got 10 minutes. Let's do an interview. And I said, great, because I'm in the sea of all these new people in a high stakes environment. I haven't slept. I'm nervous. So seeing a familiar face and someone you're friends with coming down the hall made me so happy.
Aww.
I love Calley. I know I could pick up the phone and call him and say, I need your advice on this and that health issue. And he would be there. I know the character of these people, and I can tell you with unequivocal certainty, they do not support the transing of kids whatsoever. They are with me on that. They're with you on that. They're on the 80% of this 80-20 issue in common sense. They do not support pumping kids through full of hormones, and we see that in the clip.
This July, there is a global summit of BRICS nations in Rio de Janeiro. The bloc of emerging superpowers, including China, Russia, India, and Iran, are meeting with the goal of displacing the U.S. dollar as the global currency. They're calling this the Rio Reset as BRICS nations push forward with their plans. Some worry global demand for U.S. dollars will decrease, bringing down the value of the dollars in your savings. While this transition won't happen overnight, the Rio Reset could mark a pivotal moment. So learn if diversifying your savings into gold is right for you. Birch Gold Group can help you move your hard-earned savings into a tax-sheltered IRA in precious metals. Claim your free info kit on gold by texting MK to the number 989898. With an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau and tens of thousands of happy customers, let Birch Gold arm you with a free, no-obligation info kit on owning gold before July and the Rio Reset. Text MK to 989898 today. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.